Hey, what's going on YouTube? Black Bear Hunter coming at you again, and we're here to talk about the key to the bathroom. This is an American Imperial Stout by Blank Brewing. Well, it's brewed for Blank Brewing by Dorchester Brewing by way of Boston, Massachusetts. Well, Blank Brewing is in New York. Dorchester Brewing is in Boston, Massachusetts. And this beer weighs in at 10% ABV. And so basically, I want to say that this beer in particular, is actually a recycled wastewater stout. But let me say this again. There's a ton of beers right now that are using wastewater, rainwater. It could be poo water. At the end of the day, it's recycled wastewater. And here, this is what you have right here. I want to say that this is one. And so basically, at the end of the day, if your water supply comes from like a local waterway, more than likely it's got wastewater. It's wastewater in it. And so at the end of the day, yeah, here we go. Weighing in on this beer that I've had it for a while. I think I've had this for at least a year, maybe a year and a little. And part of the reason was because you can't really read the label, right? Like the label really doesn't tell you much. You can barely see it. Even on this camera, like you have to lean it like Star Wars so you can kind of at least even see it on the camera. But with your bare eyes is horrible. I mean, look at the label. It's just like tattered and it don't have to be special. It's all about what's inside the can. So it's all about the size of the can. So yeah, but when you get a chance to read it, I actually took a picture of it and decided to blow it up. And it was disturbing. For me, maybe for most people, it don't disturb you. But for me, yeah. Because, I mean, it all the outright says that it's an Imperial Stout Malt Beverage. What the is a Imperial Stout Malt Beverage? Not unless it's a mixture of the two. So they pretty much probably blended a malt beverage and an Imperial Stout. And then basically the following ingredients are like artificial colors and flavors, FDC Yellow 6, FD&C Red 40, FD&C Blue 1, and actually something basic, turmeric, right? Of course, you get water, hops, yeast, lemon flavoring, cherry flavoring, orange flavoring, a little lactose, and something else called sugary breakfast CE dash real, which contains inspirations of apple and cinnamon breakfast cereal that scrapes the roof of your mouth. Now, it's not too many cereals that they're trying to copy, but they're using a flavoring that basically, I guess, that imitates a cereal. And I mean, I guess that's supposed to be Fruit Loops because it scrapes your mouth and it has those exact flavors of cherry and orange actually, and lemon. And so at the end of the day, that was disturbing to me. Because I always talk about it. I don't really care for natural flavorings and natural colors in my beer. So at the end of the day, the label didn't really bother me. It wasn't annoying, like it didn't bother me. But like I said, I wanted to find out exactly what it was, and I decided to, do a little research on it. And yeah, it was disturbing. It just was disturbing. Too much to even talk about at the end of the day. So what we're going to do is I want to get this out of my fridge. And I'm that type of guy that won't waste a beer. Either I'll cook with it if I don't like it, or I'll force myself to drink it. So at the end of the day, let's go ahead and drink it. So nice big crack. You get a lot of smoke coming off of it, like like the regular for a beer that's got good quality control. And you think about preserving the beer before you get it, right? Oh, what is that? It smells like. It smells like a chocolate V8, like the original V8, not the new stuff that you see where it's like all the flavors, like like the fruit flavors. This one actually smells like a tomato V8. Oh, with all kinds of sodium in it. Like it smells like extremely weird. It doesn't smell like a beer, but I mean it pours nice and dark. There you go. Like 2 fingers of a head. Nice dark. I mean, you could barely see through it. It's really dark. Like nice and black. Creamy looking head. Like small bubbles, a mixture of small bubbles, large bubbles. At the end of the day, I mean, it looks normal. Can't really smell anything from here, but I'm about to check out the aromas. But it looks creamy, nice, dark, khaki color head. It's breaking down pretty quick. Not much lace into it. I mean, you can see it's not really leaving much behind, not sticking to the glass too much. I mean, decent, like a pretty decent little head. Like, I mean, decent. Well, not little head, but I'm talking about the lacing. Sorry about that, but yeah, the lacing's actually pretty good. Look at that. So it's not too bad. And let's see, out of curiosity, but that color on that head is actually pretty nice. But it was a manufacturer. I could barely see what's on the bottom of this can, but on the date on it. But I guess it held up well. It held up well. For like I said, as long as I've had it. Actually, where I found it is a bottle shop that I go to here. And so they have like what do you call it? Like a discount section. And this beer was actually in the discount section. I was like, oh, like 10% ABV, a stout. I think I want to say I got it for like maybe $2 or yeah, about $2, I think. $2.50, something like that. And yeah, I just kind of was curious. Like I said, nice black label, and it was cheap. So I was like, I'll try it. We could talk about. I could talk about it. I could use it for some fodder to talk about. And so here we are. It has a really interesting story that leaves a lot for us to talk about. But did you see the head has kind of dissipated to pretty much a ring? But like I said, it's got good lacing still. You can see it's still sticking to the glass. Nice mocha color. Look at that. It's actually darker than khaki. It's like a mocha color. But nice lacing. Pitch black beer. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and check out these aromas. Smells kind of like licorice and like smell like a house that's been on fire. Like, after they put the fire out and you go there like a couple days later, that's what it smelled like. It smelled like, how you have roasted malts and roasted coconut and roasted this. It don't taste like, it smell like that. It smells like a house fire. Like I said, licorice, probably dark roasty malts or dark malts. You do smell like some. You do smell some type of fruit or something. Like, I don't know if that's lemon or cherry or I don't know what that is. But it's definitely some type of fruit smell to it. definitely like that char is stuck in my throat after smelling it again. Maybe a little chocolate, maybe, maybe. But definitely it's extremely smoky. Um, well, so with that being said, nothing else to really say about, the appearance and the smell. Because it's all manufactured. And I'm funny about manufactured smells and manufactured tastes. And then, like I said, this made from, well, most beers might be, but they don't talk about it, but made from wastewater. So I know that in most situations, and it's like, it's okay because they don't talk about it, right? But then, like I said, when I researched this beer and I was trying to find information about it, that's all that they talked about. And then it was just like, it got even worse once I really started to dig. So I might be wrong. Let me know. But when it's in black and white, it's hard not to say that it's wrong. But here we go. Let's go ahead and taste this beer, see exactly what's going on here, see what they got. And yeah, let's talk about it. So here we go. I'm kind of scared. That's why I keep talking. So cheers, YouTube. Interesting. Even more things get even more interesting. Uh, so when you taste it, you taste like upfront roasted malts, roasted like the chocolate, maybe some nougat, cookie dough, the smoky, it's like a smoky back end. Like it's extremely, it's definitely smoky, but not like overpowering smoky. Yeah, like some roasted coffee. It's definitely, it's not exactly what I thought I would get because, like I said, reading the label and seeing that certain flavors are there. And like I said, like you do get a tinge of like maybe the cherry. The cherry kind of acts like like a dark fruit. You know how you have dark fruits in stouts, and so this one, I guess you can taste that. It might have a little lemon tinge up front, and maybe a little bit of orange. You taste some orange in there in the middle. Like while I'm talking to you, those flavors are coming out. Like you can really taste it. Like it's not like smack you in the face, but it's definitely there, and it's like really hitting you now. Like it's hitting me now with the smokiness and the roastiness and the nougat, like chocolate, and then like all of a sudden you taste cherry, maybe some citrus and some orange. So they surprisingly, I'm not going to, talk negative, but at the end of the day, they taste like they got something right. I'm not going to say anything damaging about the beer because I mean, realistically, if nobody told me what this beer was, and I went into a bar and they just had it on tap, I would drink the fuck out of it. I'll just go ahead and be frank about it. They did it. They did a really good job on the delivery of the beer. It doesn't taste like too artificial. It doesn't taste artificial at all. But the finish is a bit, like it's got a dry finish, like just enough bitterness. The chocolate, like I said, lingers. Cinnamon. Now, like I can taste a little pepper. Like the longer it sits in your mouth, the more you taste. Different, interesting, different, really good. Now it has like a Dr. Pepper Coke feel, like it. So the feel of it, you get a decent, like a little bit of carbonation little, like a barely, it's barely there. Wow, the licorice just hit me. So I'm getting a ton of black licorice, man, and cinnamon now. Wow, that chocolate is hard to put a fucking. It's hard to put a finger on it. It kind of reminds me like of a Belgian stout more than American. Like it tastes like a Belgian chocolate. Wow. Okay. But feel wise, um, medium carbonation. Like I said, it's really smooth. Decent, like medium viscosity, medium body. The viscosity is good on your tongue. Like it feels good rolling across your tongue. It's a little like thin. Like initially, that's the way it feels when it hits your tongue. Like it's like thin. It may be kind of like it might be watery, but then all of a sudden, all these flavors hit your tongue, and then like the chocolate hits your tongue, and then it's kind of like it feels a little bit more like it has more sustenance and body. So it has really good, decent body. Like I said, medium body, medium viscosity. Um, yeah, I mean, you couldn't go wrong with it. Yeah, like I said, if I didn't know, I'd straight pound this all the time. And so overall, for me, it's not your typical stout. It tastes like a typical stout, kinda, right? Like, but it feels different. It tastes different. Is it feels like it has like a quality. Like, well, it is. I mean, I can't say it's not of quality because, like I said, you just have those weird factors of the type of water that they use, the artificial colors and artificial flavors. Like manufacture, it's like a manufactured beer, like a synthetic beer. Who would think? So, yeah, like, um, I mean, I had to take the gamble, right? Like, so I already had it, I already bought it. I had to take the gamble to finish it, and so I'm drinking it, and yo, it's not that bad. Like, it's okay. I like it. Um, Overall, like I said, with the price point, why not try it? Um, and I've had beers that were supposed to be, I guess, like highly regarded or like, yeah, just highly regarded beers that, you pay an arm and a leg for and then you get nothing out of it. Like, it's just like, why did I buy that? What did I do with all that time and that money? Like, it took time to go there and pick it up. It took time there to decide to pick it because you probably were looking at getting something else instead of that. It's like, which do I get? So at the end of the day, I went in there. I saw it in the discount section or the clearance section of one of the bottle shops, and so like I said, normally I go in there and they'll have stuff that I normally don't drink, and I'll buy it. This time I go in and I found something that was like, oh, they got a stout in there, and so I was like, oh, nice ABV, and so yeah, I decided to take it home and let's talk about it. So I'm not angry about it. I'm actually glad that I actually had the chance to taste it. And like I said, I've had some beers where they have artificial colors and artificial flavors, and like I said, highly regarded beer, and it tastes like artificial. It tastes, oily, or it kind of has like a weird taste to the sugars. Just something about it is just off. And so here we are with a beer that they did a good job. If they want to just take this and just throw it on tap and have it across, different venues, this is definitely a beer you can do that with. Like I said, with the cinnamon and the roasted toasty flavors and the nougat and um, the nice chocolate that they use, whatever, if it's even real chocolate or not, they did a good job. So at the end of the day, yeah, it definitely is worth a try. If you can bypass the water and artificial colors, artificial flavors, and you're just curious to trying something different, oh yeah, and the cherry's jumping out right now. Um, so if you want to try something different, here you are. Try it out. the key to the bathroom. um, Basically, the beer just went full cycle because it's about to go right back out into the in the wastewater. So at the end of the day, yeah, try it out. Blank Brewing, key to the bathroom, 10% ABV, and yeah, tell me what you think. You try it. You, I already tried it, and hit me up. Tell me what you think, and we can go back and forth about it. If you want to talk about artificial flavors, whatever. At the end of the day, let's talk beer. Help me pick another beer to drink. I got a few in the background. Whatever the case is, I showed it in my other video. I'm still trying to decide on what I want to drink. So during this COVID-19 quarantine, we got a lot of things to do. We got a lot of beer to go through. It's definitely a lot of beer. I'll show it in another video. Got a lot of beers that I want to review, and you guys can help me pick them, right? So with that being said, hit me up. Let's talk beer. Your boy is out. I'm going to go ahead and crush this, and we'll talk later. Peace.